Okay, so this is my first YouTube video, and what I'm going to do today is an eyebrow tutorial. Now, I don't want to go into ranting like I see a lot of the videos. I want to kind of keep it straight to the point so y'all can get what y'all came here for. Now, first I'm going to go over which brushes you need. This is just a regular brow brush. This is a flat angled brush. This is a small concealer brush. And this is a small blending brush. I'm going to tell you what products you're going to use. This is NYX Cake Powder in dark brown. This is my choice of foundation. The same color. You want to get the same color that matches your skin tone. I use different foundations, but lately I've been using this. This is finishing spray. They have different kind of finishings. They have one that's dewy. They have one that's matte. Honestly, I don't see a difference in which one you use. Here's the matte one, but it's empty, so I don't use. I ran out. And this is NYX concealer. This is in beige. You want to use the concealer that's a couple of shades lighter than your skin tone. Okay, so for starters, you want to wet your brush with the finishing spray. Now, you don't have to like douse it. You just want to get the brush wet. Now, I do that because when I go in to get the powder, it leaves a more defined in a darker line when you're drawing, and I uniform the brush like this so the hairs are in a nice straight line. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm gonna show you why I do this. It's because, like, let's take this brush for example. It's not as flat as the other brush, and you see it's fluffier. It's a little bigger, but I don't use this because it's too big. Like, I need a nice, even, straight line and thin. Okay, so first I'm gonna go under my brow and I'm gonna draw the line and the shape that I want. Let's see, I need to spray a little. It dried, so I'm gonna spray a little bit more, and then I'm gonna get a little bit more powder. I'm gonna uniform the brush once again so that it's nice and straight, and then I'm gonna draw under my brow the shape that I want. And then I like to stay balanced, so everything's the same. So I'm gonna do the other side. My right side is always easier to do, maybe because I'm right-handed. So I'm gonna take this one down a little bit more, but so it can be even with the other one, because this one looks like it's a little bit more up than the other one. Okay. Then I'm gonna spray again to get the brush moist, to pick up more powder. Uniform it. And then I'm gonna draw my top line. I'm gonna do the other side. Now, if you feel like your brows are too big, you can just go back and correct it once you use the concealer. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna get more powder, and now I'm gonna feel in my spaces of my brows, in between where I drew the lines. It's kind of like when you're coloring, when you were taught to outline, trace, and then fill in. Because really the trick to makeup is really like an art. Just drawing, but instead of on paper, it's on someone's face. Now I like to try to keep it like a little light in the middle, like not in the middle, but like right up in here. I don't brush it on as heavy and dark, but I do fill it in, but I do just a little bit lighter than the rest of my brow. So my brow can look, hairs look like it has a kind of a fading effect. So as you can see, I still have a few areas that I want to feel, but you can feel to your liking. You want them darker, feel them darker. You want them a little bit lighter, you can feel them lighter. It's up to you. Okay, use a little area right here that's a little light. Anyway, once you use the brush and you like, you know, blend, it's still gonna come out a little lighter anyway. Now I'm gonna feel the other side. See, the powder is getting light, and that's why I like to spray so that it could pick up more color and it could come on a little bit darker. It picks up more powder when you spray it and the brush is wet. I used to use water, but I like to use finishing spray instead of water. Why? Because that's my choice. Now I see like it's a little area right here I want to try to fix. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit more powder. I'm going to uniform the brush. And I'm just going to go back in here and fix that up. Okay, this brow looks a little bit darker than this one. So I'm going to go back over here and just fill it a little bit more to make it a little bit darker. Okay. Now you want to take your eyebrow brush and you want to try to blend and not make it so harsh and dark. Like I said, you can make it as dark as you want. You can make it as natural looking and lighter as you want. I like my brows to be a little bit on the darker side, a little bit. But you don't want them too dark. I see girls and their brows be too dark. You don't want them too dark. try to blend that in the corners a little better. Okay. Now, this is when you want to use this brush, the flat concealer brush, the small size, small. And you want to dip it in a concealer. Here, get a little bit more. And now I'm gonna outline my brows. And this is the opportunity to where if you made a mistake and you got a little bit too much of the brow powder, like, you know, in the area that where you didn't want it, you can use the concealer to fix that, to correct it. You can use the concealer also to make them thinner. You want to make them thinner, go make them thinner. But you basically using this concealer to shape the brows the way you want them, to get them perfect how you want them. I think this is a little too thick, so I'm gonna try to make them smaller. Even if you don't have your brows are not waxed or whatever your form of hair removal that you use for your brows, even if you have like little hairs that's like not where they're supposed to be, you can use the concealer to cover it up. I'm gonna do the other side. And now I'm going to do the top. I like to use small, thin brushes doing my brows, even doing my shadows, because you get a better precision of what you're doing. Okay, so you want to check to make sure that they're even. And the way that you could check to make sure your brows is even, you can do this. And you do this to make sure. You always want to, your brow should not come past the side of your nostril. You seeing that you have powder in a brow here, you should not have that. You don't want to have a unit look like you have almost a unibrow. Your brow should begin here. And then you want to take this and keep it at the corner of your tip of your nose. Your arch should be here. And you're kind of doing it along your eye. Here. 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 Now when you start having brows down, all the way down here, you came down too far. So stay in line. Here. 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 Check the other side. And as you can see, I got a little bit down there, but I can fix that with the concealer. Now you want to blend. Now I see girls that don't blend their concealer under their eyebrows, and I think that's a look or something, but that's not how it's supposed to be. Your eyebrows are supposed to look natural as possible. Um, so now I'm just gonna go in and, you know, kind of blend and try to get as much as the white, I'm sorry, not the white, but as much as the concealer blended in as possible. And actually used a little bit too much concealer, but that's okay. You can take your hand, excuse me, my nail is broken, I have to go get that fixed. And you can just wipe some of the excess concealer off, just like that. But you don't want to have too much. Even on the bottom, you can go and just kind of wipe if you put too much. Same on this side. And then now you can go back in with your brush and you can blend a little bit more. And you can continue to shape it how you like. Like I said, the purpose of the concealer is to highlight the brow and to get that perfect shape the way you want it. Now right here, I messed that up a little bit with too much concealer, so I'm just gonna go back in with this brush and I'm gonna uniform it because I want to get that straight line. And I wonder if y'all can see how thin that is compared to this. Y'all see that? So you want it to be thin as possible, like I said. And I'm just gonna go back in and fix it. There. And I also want to go back on my outline and make my shape a little bit more defined, especially in the corners, like right here. That's when you want to use the blending brush. You want to get your foundation that's your color. And now you want to, in light sweeping motions, go under that concealer or go on top of the concealer and blend. That's the key, blend. You don't want to have all of the white stuff under your brows. That's not the way it's supposed to look. And you just do light, just sweep very lightly. You can even just hit here a little bit, just to make sure that it's clean in the middle. And there you have it. Nice, cute brows.